Hey, how's it going? So, welcome back. I don't know if I'm actually going to post this video. So what I'm planning to do is, since I got my VR, I've been talking a lot about VRChat. You can see there in the background, right there, with some of my friends and stuff. And it's kind of a hard thing to explain because you usually call it a game. And in some respects, I mean, there are certainly games to play within the program. But it all started out as like a virtual reality chat, which of course is where the name comes from. So it's kind of like a social program. And so what they did is they unlocked it so that people can like do their own custom avatars and custom worlds, as they call them. And so that really kind of unlocked, I guess, the possibilities, and people really ran with it. And so now there's all kinds of different things you can do. I want to run through some of them real quick, just so, like I said, mainly just kind of show some of the people that I've talked to about it. I don't know if I'll actually post this or not. It'll depend. I'm probably going to avoid the public worlds, at least till the end. That way, if it gets crazy, I can just cut all that off, because unfortunately, I mean, you take the good with the bad. It's nice to kind of like, hang with different people, but at the same time, you never know what you're going to get when you're, in a public room with kid, like, I mean, the kids play this game, crazy adults, I mean, everything. So, all right, so let's go. Um, so I know I kind of use this avatar as like my, my avatar on the channel. I'm actually going to probably switch. I guess I'll keep it. The only thing, it's got this writing mechanic that I'm still not 100% used to. And so if you see writing for some reason, it's probably because I just accidentally hit the button. It's real easy to do. But anyway, let's get started. So you can see, obviously, you can move around and stuff. So this is your basically VRChat home, and you can change your home uh, to other worlds if you didn't want to load into this one. And actually, since I'm thinking about it, let me set up, because they have a camera system built in, and they've even got one for like people that are streaming and stuff. And I'm going to try to put that down there so you can actually kind of see what it looks like, from a third person view. Okay, so we're back. Hopefully, I'll remember to cut out all that crap. So you can see I've got like a camera floating here in the air, and in the corner of your screen, you should be able to see essentially what is shown on the camera. So it's, basically this one's a stream camera made for streamers and things like that. So like people watching can get kind of a third person view, but then also see the first person view. If you see this little, again, like, see, I almost pointed and it would have started writing everywhere. But if you see this little transparent circle thing, like a camera lens, to anyone else that was to walk, well, people can't walk in here. I'd have to invite them. But if someone else came in here, all they would see is that little lens. So you can tell when people are using cameras. You can also use a camera just to take like screenshots and stuff. Um, but yeah, so there's that. So I'll have that on. Just check that it's showing right. I guess it's showing fine. All right. So when you first join, of course, you don't have all these custom avatars and stuff. So here's like some basic ones. And like if you were to click on this, like this one apparently is like the icon of the game, I guess, or of Unity, which is part of the game. So you'll see lots of people run around this just because it's kind of the default one, I guess. But there's all kinds, and of course those are just shortcuts there. You can come here to avatar, and like here's all the public ones. You can just see like there's all kinds of public stuff here that you can choose from. And then of course, once you reach a certain point, you can upload your own. And so here I've got like just a bunch of them uploaded that I found off of the internet. I've still not actually created my own from scratch. Hopefully that'll happen soon. But it actually takes quite a bit to learn the program, because you got to learn a couple different programs actually. if you notice, a lot of those characters were female. That's kind of an unsolved mystery of this game. Like almost every character you see here, not every character, but a lot of them are female characters, and I don't know. It's actually hard to find good male characters. You know, I don't know if that people just prefer to work on female avatars. I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, so to give a little bit of tour, if nothing else, in your home room here, you've got like a little bit of a shooting gallery. So you can come over here, and of course, it's nothing spectacular, but and this is full. Of course, that's my hands. I'm using controllers to move my hands around and everything. Well, there I think you can see that outline. I'm not sure if that's popping up on the recording or not of the actual controller. If you've never seen the controller before, you'll see the outline there. So it's got a lot of buttons. Of course, you can just throw whatever. It'll pop back up when it reaches a certain point. Of course, there's a lot of tutorial stuff here because, again, this is normally your starting area for everybody. With these pins on the table, like you can actually pick those up and write and stuff. I'll get into that later because we'll actually go to a room that's basically dedicated to that. In case you saw that sword thing that popped up. So this custom avatar I actually got from someone else, and they put some things into it. Let me go back to the mirror. So with your hands, there's default hand animations. So like there's a thumbs up, there's a finger point, I guess peace sign, rock and roll, finger gun. I think that's it. Yeah. So those are the default hand gestures for every character. Now, when you make custom, you can go in and change those. Now, if you notice, of course, if I do the finger point, let me go over here. Well, I guess you won't want to see it. So if I do finger point, that's what activates the drawing. So they've basically attached this drawing to the finger point hand gesture, and so I can I was gonna say I can turn it on and off the wheel, but then it did for a second. It stuck on me. But you can do it, and of course, you can set the color. They've got like a rainbow deal going on, so it changes colors. And but then you'll notice there's a button that maps it, so I can delete it too. There we go. Now it'll still show up in the mirror, and that's kind of why I was going to change this character. But anyway, but as so there's the writing, but there's also like facial animation. So you'll see when I do the peace sign, the character's face will make some weird little I guess like a happy face, excited face. That one doesn't seem to have a facial gesture on it. So the finger gun will give you a sword, you can attach props and swords and weapons and stuff. Of course, they don't really do anything. It's just for show or whatever. And thumbs up looks like you sticking your tongue out at you. So people can go crazy, and I'll show you a really crazy custom one at the end, super crazy, to show you just kind of the full extent of some of the stuff you can actually do. It gets pretty bonkers. So there's that. If you notice, the hair's moving. So there's different levels of avatars depending on how much work people put in. These custom ones or these normal ones don't really have much, flair to them. But to get moving hair and physics for your hair and clothing and stuff, it takes a lot of work. You'll notice my eyes blink, and they'll actually move. There they go. They move, and depending on the tracking, some of them are really good. They'll really track where I'm looking in the headset. Of course, the mouth will move. Again, not all avatars will do that. It depends on how much work the creator puts into it, and because you have to basically design the bones inside the character. It's really weird. Sometimes you'll have even bones and stuff in ears and stuff like that. If your character has ears, and if I was to do that and it had the bones, they would actually move and react. Just like if it was real. Of course, this character's got that big old tail on the back of it. Sometimes they'll have bones that'll react, and you can see it kind of sways and has a little bit of physics, but it's not very advanced. So when you jump, it's not really moving a whole lot. But anyway, so this is kind of obviously the tutorial room. You can watch some videos. I'm not going to play all that stuff. You know, this is stuff like, I guess if you just wanted to really, I don't know, customize it a little bit, like it's probably loading. Yeah, so there's a fire, so you can do different things. So the hub is kind of the default gathering place. That is a crazy place to go, okay? Crazy. Like, you just don't even know. I mean, I might stop there once again. That would be something at the end, though, because if it's public, all bets are off. You just don't even know. I mean, there are restrictions to avatars and stuff, but, you know, people don't care. It's free to make an account. You can play without VR, so, you know, there's always people on here. Quick look here. So see social. Of course, if there were other people in the room, they'd be listed here. I don't know why that's got that avatar showing, but here's like some friends. Like, I don't know any of these people for real. They're just random people that I talk to and or messed with or something. Of course, I kind of showed the camera. There's a couple different options for cameras. Seated play. So, like, if you're sitting down, you want to play in seated play. So it'll make your character appear that, like, even though I'm sitting down right now, it looks like I'm standing up. Or you could go standing. But see, since I'm sitting, it makes me look, and there's the drawing, just like I said. Since I'm sitting, it makes me look a little like crouched over. But so I can sitting. So you can kind of, you know, change it. So emotes. So here, this character, sadly, even though they did, you would think if you go through the trouble of making facial expressions and all that stuff for a character, that you would like put in some custom emotes, but these are the default emotes. So here's like a wave, and see, when you use an emote, you kind of lose control when your character just does it on its own. Clap, you know, just some basic stuff. And like I said, you can play this using PC and not VR. Well, I mean, obviously I'm using a PC, but you can play this without VR. And so if you don't have VR, this is kind of like the only way you can really like, I mean, you can still pick stuff up, but it's the only way you can really interact otherwise. You know, so just different things. There's a backflip, little basic like dance thing. But like I said, again, these can all be customized, and there's some pretty crazy ones out there. I'm going to show those a little bit later. Emojis. So, like, if you're watching somebody and they did something cool, you could, like, throw them some thumbs up or, like, some happy. There's a little cooldown, so there's some happy faces, you know, just different stuff to, like, you know, socialize, I guess, interact with people. Of course, there's all kinds of options to choose from, report people. Let's go ahead and get into the worlds. So you can see there's tons of worlds, and they're arranged differently, all kinds of stuff. So to start with, I want to show you an avatar world, which you can see there's a whole big section here called avatar worlds, because this is basically the first stop for anybody when you get in this game. Because I mean, let's face it, the default avatars are a little boring, so almost everybody's going to go. Let's see, let me find one that's actually, it's all right, I guess. Well, I'll show you, I'll take you to where I got this one. So for this one, I went here to this room here, and it's called Hidden for Love. That's, I guess, the author, the creator of the world, Avatar Forest. I want to do a new instance so that there's no one else there, so I don't have to worry about like trying to mute my mic or anything. Make it invite only, and then normally I would just hit go. But like if I had other people in the room and I wanted to drop a portal so everybody could like come with me, I'll just go ahead and do that just to show you. Maybe it's not gonna let me from here. All right, we'll do the portal thing in a second. So I'm gonna go. So here's kind of the load screen. Worlds you've kind of been to before usually don't take very long to load, but if you've never been there before, they can take a minute. It just depends on how much stuff's in there. All right, so here is an avatar world. Now they're all different because again, they're all fully customizable and buildable. They're builded by people. So this is just kind of the theme they went for. It's fairly simple. And so the main purpose of these avatar worlds is to basically offer people custom avatars who don't have their own or can't make their own or whatever. Of course, there's their information. I actually chatted quite a bit with this girl in Discord. She seemed pretty cool. Or I assume it's a girl. I mean, it's Lily, whatever. And most of the avatars here are, of course, female. So again, I assume that was me jumping. Some worlds let you jump. So anyway, so here's these pedestals basically are avatars. So like if you wanted to be that avatar, so like here, I guess that's a dude. Again, you can tell like one guy in just the stretch so far. So if I wanted to be this avatar, for example, I can just point and click, highlight, and pull the trigger, and you'll see me changing, and boom, like I've changed into this cat boy thing. Now, some of these, let's see, so he's got the finger draw as well. Sometimes looks like he's got some facial expressions. He's got a sword, which shouldn't be surprising because this is where I got the blue, fox character that I've been using, or wolf character, whatever. So he's right over here. So like that's the character I've been using, and this is actually the world where I got it from, and got it actually uploaded to my account from, so I don't have to come here anymore to actually change into it. So again, if I just click it, boom, just change right back. So you can see there's just rows and rows, and there's even more rows, but they don't load in until you get farther away to kind of help you, the lag and stuff. And almost all the avatar worlds will have mirrors. It's kind of a running joke that one of the biggest parts of VRChat is just standing in front of mirrors because people like to just check out their characters and stuff. And you see I kind of like ran through the wall, but here's the mirror. So like if you were looking for a character, you could go change into it, come out here and check it out. Look at all the emotions and the emotes and all that junk and whatever. That was me jumping again. But and of course there's just I don't even know how many. I mean there's lots of worlds, so all kinds of stuff. And if you notice the running theme, like a lot of it tends to be kind of anime type characters. That seems to be the most popular. But there's all kinds. I'll run through one other avatar world real quick. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I think it's like Big Al. Yeah, Big Al's Avatar Corridors. So this is one of the, everyone says it's one of the biggest ones. I'm not sure if that's really correct. They're spread out, so it's a big world, but I'm not sure they really have the most characters. So you'll see, obviously, they went a whole different direction. It's kind of got like a factory look to it. But basically, and you'll see they're kind of loading in as I go. Every single one of these hallways has just like different types of characters. You'll see there's like Superman and whatever that bird thing. Just all kinds of weird stuff. You never know. There's the Smurfs. All right. And like I said, this place is huge, so I'm just gonna go down one more hallway to go get the gist. But pretty much any kind of like game character, cartoon character, anime character you can imagine, somebody somewhere has made it. There's some Simpsons, Scooby Doo. I don't even know. See, like all these, I don't even know what they are. Some Disney, or not Disney. Sesame Street. That's what I was looking for. There's some stuff. There's more stuff. You see, you get the gist. Like there's just tons and tons, and these aisles go on and on and on. See, there's more loading in. There's a Mario. So you get the gist. So there's all kinds. I mean, you can click on and be all kinds of stuff. All right, so let me get into some of the more like actiony type worlds that I thought was pretty cool. So I'll start with some of the more popular ones. So here, let's go here. Presentation room. New instance invite. I'll try portal. So yeah, so if like we had people here with me and we were like, hey, let's all go to the presentation room. I could drop a portal, and that way we'll all get into the exact same instance of that world. So we'll run into it. So presentation room. This seems to be a pretty popular hangout. You'll notice there's not really much to it, but a lot of people in VRChat don't talk. Like, I don't, for whatever one reason or another, who's to say what the reason is? But as I was saying, a lot of people in this VRChat game don't talk. They don't use their mic. Now, since you can use this with a PC and you don't have to have VR, I guess it is possible that some people simply don't have mics, on their computer or whatever. But then, if so, either that or maybe for whatever reason they don't talk. Now, strangely enough, I realize I'm kind of doing a video here, but I actually don't care too much for my voice. So sometimes I'll get on here, and if I don't feel like talking, I won't either. And so that makes it really useful if you've got a character that can write like this. So you can kind of interact with kind of like hand motions and stuff sometimes if you're just not doing any, talking, you're just chatting with people usually. And so sometimes you can get away with just kind of like writing simple things if they're asking you stuff. But a lot of people will come here because of that, because the whole point of this room is you can see all those markers. There's markers, and you can come up and basically draw stuff, but not only on these paper things, but you can also just kind of draw in the air. And you can do, of course, it's 3D, so like, I've seen some people do some pretty crazy stuff, like some like real crazy drawings, like real drawings, not just gibberish like this, some pretty crazy stuff. Now, the bad part about this room is anybody can come over and hit this button. Boom, it's all gone. So again, if you're in a public world, don't try to do some kind of masterpiece because some, jackhole will come over here and just click that button on you and it's all gone. Those are racers. They seem a little, I don't know that they work great. I've never really bothered with them. So that's really all there is to this world, but people just hang out here. And like I said, if you're not talking, I guess because the markers give you a way to, you can kind of write back to people or whatever, for whatever reason. So let's go ahead and try another one. So avatar testing. This is, at least for me, this is a world that I'm to a lot. I don't know if you can see that, but that's actually the controllers, if that's picking that up. So this world, again, is pretty simple. It's a small, like, little platform, and we're, like, floating in space or whatever. But for the most part, it's kind of like just a big mirror with, like, a wall behind it. And this wall you can actually control with these, like, almost like iPad things. See, I'm up on the wall there. So you can do some weird stuff, crazy stuff with it if you want to. But basically, for the most part, it's just because it's a world with just a huge mirror. And, I guess if you were doing custom avatars, these things might be useful if you're looking to get your avatar at like a certain height or something. So like you can see this one's about 170-ish. I don't know, because you can obviously change the height and all that of it. There are little, like you can interact with some of this stuff. I don't know. I never really figured these things out. If you point this at a character, like it makes them all like green, like a grid. I don't know why. Some of this stuff, like I don't even know what you do with that. If maybe it filters it. I don't know. I don't fool with that stuff. I think you can sit down on these. For some reason, that's not picking up. Oh, that one you can. So, like, I guess if you wanted to see what your character looked like sitting down or whatever, whatever. Basically, it's to come here to test out, anything you want with the character. So a lot of people hang out here, especially the people that get really crazy with the particles and all that crazy custom stuff. Because I guess you can't complain too much if you're in the avatar testing world and people are testing their avatar, as opposed to, if you're in another room. Let's run through a couple more. So the Great Pug is kind of like a bar hangout. That is pretty popular. It's usually full of people, and like has multiple instances of people. So you can always find stuff to do. So you'll see. I think that's the first time I've heard the door chime. But anyway, now it's a lot of people in this will role play. So sometimes you'll come in here and like someone, just a random player, will be back here and like they'll pretend like they're greeting customers or something, and ask you if you want a seat and stuff like that. Like just for fun, role play type stuff. Basically, people sometimes pretend like it's their bar, and I guess it's kind of an icebreaker because people, when they hear it, they just kind of go along with it. But so as you can see, kind of a typical bar. I told you about mirrors. Again, VRChat and mirrors. It's a thing. So like if you wanted to do kind of mess around with the whole bar thing, you come back here. Look, this thing is actually, has drinks and stuff stocked in it. There's a burger. I thought the plate was going to come with it, but this one will. Like I don't think you can grab all those lower ones, but there's all those plates and stuff. Like there's more K. I guess steak and potato. Like all these drinks, you can grab all this stuff. Come over here, you can grab some of this. Like, there you go. Whatever. Just to mess around with. It's just kind of props to kind of help you hang. There's a second floor and a third floor. Again, it's kind of a bar scene. There's more bar stuff. A lot of times people will actually come to these platforms, whatever you want to call them, and actually sing and stuff, like legit sing. And I've heard some pretty crazy people in here. They just kind of use it, I guess, as like a stand-up mic type deal. Some people will dance that have full trackers. It's actually pretty interesting. I've never been one to watch people dance, but I guess since it's in VR, it seems interesting to me. There's a third floor. Never understood why it's so high up here, but it's called the Roost, obviously, and it's just kind of like there's a cozy little fire. If you had friends, you could sit down. It's like you can't actually sit. Get all sit around, and it just again, the main part of this was all just kind of like social chatting, stuff like that. Up here was like some beds. Can you lay on? Never actually tried to lay on. You can pick up pillows. Yeah, that might be more the creepier side of VRChat. We won't go into. So that's the pub, or the pug. Let's see. I'm not going to go to this one right here, box lag free, but just like what it sounds like, it's basically just a giant box with like no textures. And so if you're having trouble with lag or something, or your PC's not great, you can go there, and basically you're going to lag least there because there's just nothing there to make you lag. So Netbar, Club Rogue, and I think I have one other saved as a favorite, or not. These are like, I guess you would think of them as mock dance clubs. So we'll go to one. Again, you notice I I did do an invite only, like a private instance, because, well, like I said, you never know what you're gonna get when you join a public room. So when you go to these dance clubs, sometimes you run into some pretty risky dancing with full body trackers and stuff. Let's see. And again, somebody made this, you know, well, so front and center, stripper pole. So you can see music's kind of loud, but all kinds of stuff.
Soy el fuego que...
So I don't even know if you can hear me right now because the music's so loud. So you should be able to hear me now. So anyway, yeah, so that was, so people go there, and again, if you got full body tracking, or you can kind of even, I guess, have fun still, even if you don't. But you can listen to music, people will kind of dance around, talk, stuff, whatever. Again, a lot of people role play and do weird, whatever. So this one is called Still in Gold, and this is a capture the flag style, like first person shooter. I'm not sure if it'll let me go in by myself. Let me try. Okay, looks like it's going to. So I at least kind of show you the guns and stuff.
Alright, sheriffs. Let's protect the gold from these bandits.
So you can actually go dual wield here.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And so, you run out here, of course, the other team, just like any other first person shooter, and you're basically trying to capture these little safes that are under these things in here. I don't know if that'll react. Oh, you can. You can see it kind of move a little bit when I shoot it. So your safes, and like you can start. I don't know if I've ever actually done one of these. Do you have to hold it? Lockpick. Is there a bar? Like I said, I don't know that I've ever actually. It might be because I'm the only person in here. But anyway, it's actually pretty fun. You can get into that, especially if you got like a full group of people. Let's see. Capture the flag. Now I think between the shooters that I found, I actually like this one the best. I mean, the map for that last one, where it's kind of that cowboy theme, like I kind of like that. This one's a little more futuristic. But I like the guns on this, and there's another option instead of because I think on that last map,
starting game in 10
there are
seconds.
some bombs that you can get, like
5,
dynamite.
4, 3, 2, 1. Starting.
I hadn't really messed with that. So anyway, so this is capture the flag. So obviously, like this would be our flag, and then of course they would have a flag over on that side. But you kind of have like laser guns here. But one thing I like about this map, as opposed to the other, see they're on this side, you can get shields. And so, like, if somebody's shooting at you, like, you can legit block it and then even, like, shoot around them and stuff. Of course, they can shoot you in the feet if they're smart or whatever. But, so that's pretty cool. Like I said, I like this one quite a bit. So here we're going to a world called Battle Disc VR, I think. Yeah. And if you've seen Tron, let's see, wait, training. So if you've seen Tron, this will look familiar, like the movie Tron. So you have basically like a disc, and like you can grab it to like make a shield. Oh, thought I was gonna drop it. Or you can like throw it. And so of course I'm in training mode. Granted, my aim in this is not great, so I'm surprised I got that in even 2 hits. As you can see. But so in normal mode, obviously you're playing against another person. Like I would be at this side, they're at that side, and you can move. I'm pretty sure you can move anywhere in here, but like you would essentially be trying to hit them to kill them with your disc, and of course it'll ricochet. You know, you can throw it off walls and try to like throw it off the back wall and hit them from behind, because like they can block it when if you throw it at them, they can whip that out and block it. Now again, like I said, if you run up on them and they're not blocking it, you can actually just hit them with it, which I kind of think is easier. the couple times that I've played against people, like I'm like, why don't I just run up there and slap them with it? You can also do two versus 2, which is pretty crazy because then you've got just 4 of these things, bouncing all around the place. That's pretty cool. Here's some bowling. Hope this doesn't take too long to load. Oh, okay. Cause I haven't been here in a while, so I don't know if it was still. Whoa. What in the world is going on with the bowling balls? They did an update the other day, so there's been a few little things a little off. But you pick a ball. Of course, I'm sitting down, which obviously makes this much harder. But if you're standing up, I think you can see this border on my floor. That's the play space I'm working with right now. I'm guessing it's about a 5x5. But like with VR, you can actually get up to I think 15x15 if you got the room for it. Since I'm sitting down, I'm going to overhand this. Of course, that was terrible. I'm sure there's like a dedicated bowling game out there that is better because once again, a player just made this. This like the VRChat people didn't make this. A player did. So that's, I mean, considering that, I think it's pretty cool. At least hit one. I'm gonna make sure because I never actually pay attention if it kept score. Most people just throw them down and like they don't really keep score and stuff and hang out. But anyway, so like you could do bowling. Of course, it's kind of got the whole role play aspect. If somebody wanted to, if you were into that, you can always come back here and do stuff, I guess. So that was cool. I think it's time for the flight simulator thing. Fox Combat. It's not gonna let me do a new instance. I guess because none are open. I don't really. I really want it to be invite only. But this one's a pretty new world I just found. But it's clearly, I guess, made off of the old Star Fox game. Or I guess is that Super Nintendo? Has it really been that long? I think Super Nintendo. Of course, a lot of these worlds will have instructions, especially if there's actual stuff to do, not just kind of like a scenery type world. So let's move up here. See if I can remember how to get into it. There we go. So you can see I'm basically like sitting in the cockpit. Now you can turn on. Oh come on, where's the radio? So like I could play all this stuff. I'm not going to because I'm pretty sure YouTube will flag it for copyright. But like, of course, when I play, I always play the Top Gun or the Star Wars. I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer. But so let's turn this baby on. Power.
Welcome, Commander. G diffuser online.
You'll see the
engines engaged.
Thing closed on me. Now, my only thing about this one is, of course, see, my legs aren't really moving, even though I'm moving in my chair. And sometimes they're a little off. You see how it's kind of like not really centered. Got my aiming reticle, rather. So you basically can like grab one stick and grab the other. One flies and one shoots. And I don't really remember which was which. I guess, well, that was flying, clearly. Where did my other stick go? Yeah, so it's a little buggy, because I don't know what just happened. And now I'll beat the boss. Like I said, this is kind of a new world, so I think it's still got some bugs and kinks to work out of it. But if you notice, I lost my left stick, and I think I remember now, if you let go of it after you started, like you, for some reason it like disappears or something.
Location confirmed. Sending supplies.
Yeah, that's definitely from the old Star Fox. Let me try this one more time. Alright, so let's power this thing up. Power.
Welcome, Commander.
This time don't let
G
go.
diffuser online. Engines engaged.
Oh, so I don't have to. Okay, I don't have to hold it. I can just. I gotta keep my controllers there. Quit. Okay, here we go. Yeah. The controls. I guess it would have helped see if I'd read the actual controls there. So then I hit trigger. So like I can shoot. Of course, you can shoot and kind of fight other people if there are other people, but then of course they put in these rings for you to fly through and stuff. And see, I've got an energy reading down there, and so I guess one way to keep you kind of near the ship, because you can fly like just way off into space, but if your energy runs out, then you like self-destruct or blow up or whatever. But to get your energy back, you kind of have to like land on these plaids or get close enough. You can see it's recharging me. And once I'm good, you can take off. And there's a laser charge, or sorry, a laser power up here somewhere. It's usually over here in this rock. But it's pretty cool. It must not be a very popular world. Well, like I said, it's new. But because the last couple times I've come here, I wasn't able to, like, I was the only one. So there really wasn't anyone to fight. But I did manage to find a couple people one time. There's the laser power up.
Laser up acquired.
You see now I've got the two lasers. Moisture power. And you can kind of like stop dead and turn around like if you were like waiting on somebody. But I love how like in VR, I can look behind me. Like you're not just stuck, to like a front facing forward, To me that's pretty cool. So when I was kind of dogfighting those other people, when they're like turning on you and you're trying to turn with them, you can actually look over and like I could see them over there as I'm turning on them, and so that was all pretty cool. But now, let's see, how do I get out of here? Oh, there's an eject. There we go. That was the other things. When you're falling, it's hard to hit that respawn button. See, I gotta respawn. It'll bring you to the spawn of whatever planet you're in or whatever. Anyway, that's pretty cool. I was about to say, why is there another Fox Combat? But I guess it's just to get a new instance. So I was going to show this one anyway, and they actually have a portal for it. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the portal here. Because again, player-made world. So like these people, for whatever reason, they like these sites probably. So they've just put portals, like constant portals. So here's Sword Art Online. It's an anime. If you've not seen it, I like it. Some people give it crap. I don't know. I want to show it real quick. I mean, if you're not into anime, this is probably one to like try, because it's pretty tame as far as anime can go. Because anime can get kind of crazy, where it's all kind of Japanese-based culture. So unless you're Japanese, of course. But if you're not, you know, sometimes it seems a little crazy. Or at least we just don't get it. I guess maybe that's the way to say it. Sometimes we just don't get what's going on because we're not used to that kind of culture. Let's see. So if it'll load, I haven't been here in a while. That's why it took so much longer to load in. All right. So just real quick, I guess, not spoiler, but plot. So the whole basis of this anime is this new virtual reality game comes out called Sword Art Online. The main characters, was in the beta test, waiting to play it. Well, when all the characters get in, they realize they can't log out, and the only way to get out of the game is to beat it. But if you die in the game, then the system basically kills you, shocks you and kills you or whatever. So just like in the thing, this is the main character's room, basically, more or less. And here's the headset we actually had to put on. Oh, they did away with the, that's weird. So used to, you would actually see what the main character saw in the anime as the thing loaded up and you clicked on it. So that's really odd. Of course, here's all rules and giving things to people. Here's some of the characters from the anime. So this is the main character basically. So if I wanted to be him, that's an avatar pedal, so I could click on it and turn into him. Otherwise, or if you wanted to be any of these people. Now to get to the actual start it, unless they changed it, you just jumped off. Yep, there we go. So she's another character from the show. I think she basically just told you to make sure you get a weapon before you go outside. Another character. I didn't actually go to... So there might be people here. So no, there's nobody else in the room, but this is a public room, so someone could join. So here's some weapons from the game. So you just, they want you to pick one. It's you can pick it up. Of course, if you wanted, you could pick up, more than one or whatever. I'm not going to. That's not it. It's actually kind of easy to get lost in this world if you don't find the right way. And so if you've seen the anime, so the first, this is basically the first town and the first land that they come through. Now, my only complaint is the mobs don't actually fight you back, unless maybe they do later on, and I just haven't seen that. To my knowledge, they don't fight you back. But there's hit detection, so you'll see its health bar now. And that's just how stuff died in the anime too. They would shatter. You can also do special attacks. Well, apparently I wasted it. And there's a little bit of a cooldown. And there's... Oh, so this red guy is a boss mob, but again, they don't fight you back. So it's a little odd, but it's still kind of, you gotta give them credit. They built this entire world. So I'm gonna try to use the special thing. Basically, it just does a little more damage. Sword skill, I think is what they called it. So it took a pretty big chunk. So again, it's not, obviously, it's not kind of a complete game because they don't fight you back, but it's still pretty interesting. And if you were a fan, and of course you can find worlds like this for all kinds of stuff. So I just, found this one. But if you were a fan of something, I bet you there's a world for it. You could go check it out. Let me see what else we've got here. So that's no Avatar World. Avatar World, there's the sword. That's what we're in right there. A lot of these are just Avatar Worlds that I found cool avatars at and decided to bookmark them. Avatar worlds, Avatar worlds. So I think that's about it. Let's go to 2. You don't have to do this, but like I said, there's a big slide tube thing. How do I click it up there? Oh, you just walk through it. Okay. So we're actually CC. There's a pirate ship down there. So there's like the hotel right below us, and the pools and stuff, and the ocean. So we're way above it, and there's this like slide that we're gonna try out. See, I need to put it in the water first. Okay, so now we're gonna go down this slide. Oh, mistakes were made. What the heck just happened? Oh, and there we go. So that was interesting. So basically I flipped going down the tunnels. What happened? Hear like legit ocean sounds. Of course, that's where we came from, down like a loop-de-loop. There's the writing I warned you about. So here, like, you could actually put people in there, and like somebody could like, you know, push them around, throw them around, if that's your thing. You know, just like the bar scene. Like I'm assuming you can interact with all this stuff if you wanted to like do, you know, role play type stuff. Water. You can't really swim, unfortunately. There's no real swimming animation. Now, how do I get? Oh, here we go. So there's that slide, and then there's this like space jump, I guess it calls it. Oh, you can actually go down in the ball thing. I feel like that might make me actually sick. Like legit sick. I don't know. We're not gonna do the ball thing, or maybe we will in a second. I assume I can sit on this thing. It's a little freaky. Hey, the Millennium Falcon. Okay, here we go. Hopefully it doesn't get like completely spin out of control. The character will glitch a little because like we're moving so fast. So there we are. So that's, oh, I walked into it. Let me see. Oh, I did promise I would show this. Oh. To somebody. Let's see. So D&D, Fear into Dungeons and Dragons. Of course, you saw there were 3 options. This is the one that I've been to. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to have to edit this, so going into public world, see, I haven't been here in a while. It's going to take a minute or 2. There were 6 people in it, so I don't know if like somebody might be playing, you know, D&D. Maybe jump in and take a look, but you know, that just means if something, like I said, if something crazy is going on, then I'd have to edit that out. But yeah, this is pretty advanced. You know, you'll see in a second. You know, considering what it is. All Alright, so we're at 100. Here we are. You'll see there's some rules and some bug stuff. Some different options. Apparently there's, oh, I didn't even see some of the stuff. There's songs and stuff. You can do like different kind of music. It'll even play. Yeah, I don't really want to play music because then that's just something else YouTube will complain about. So here's actually like the rules. Like, see, I can pick this up, move it around, flip the pages. I assume. So I want to flip, maybe it's because I'm holding it. Did it flip? Or is it at the end? I guess at the end. Maybe that got bugged in the last update. But like, here's dice. So like, say I need, let's say I need two 20-sided. Maybe I need a D8 and two of those. So then like, here's my dice. Now you can pick them up. You can, roll them. But then like, let's say you were wanting to actually play a game. So first, let's see, we need some characters. So let's go whatever that is. Let's go little dwarf guy and being a little finicky. I don't know if that's whatever that is. And so like, if you were set a scene, you could actually come up and be like, well, you're there and you're there, or some writing all over the place. You're, let's say you're walking right there. And then you come up and you're like, well, now let's say they're traveling and they get attacked by some monsters. Look at these guys. Again, I'm writing all over the place. Great. Apparently I've got one of the buttons as my trigger, and that's why it's going crazy. So like maybe, you get jumped by some skeletons, and then maybe they got, maybe they got a pet spider with them. That thing is huge, but you get the picture. There's their pet spider, the boss or whatever. And so like you could literally play, and be like, well, if it's my character, be like, well, I want to move up here and attack them, stuff like that. And then like you roll your dice, roll that dice, and roll that dice, and so it's pretty, it's pretty advanced considering, like, I don't know, I'm impressed by whoever had the time to do all this. Oh, here's maybe. I swear that worked last time I was here, but I guess here's also so like you can look up stuff. Apparently, you can even do videos. That's interesting. But so yeah, so there's that, and I'm sure I didn't see it, but I bet you can probably even change this table instead of like using green. Maybe oh, there's another table. I didn't even notice. Maybe change. Oh, I bet that's what these are. So there's like a dungeon. Turn the grid on and off. I was gonna say, I thought I saw something over there, but I guess not. But that's, yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Like, I mean, you could definitely play a game using this if everybody, had VR. I mean, no doubts about it. Seems like there was one more thing that I was wanting to show off. Let's take a look through here. No, I don't know why I clicked that accidentally. Those are Avatar worlds. Here's some new stuff. Oh, that's recent. Here's popular. Gaia Night. I think it's just kind of like a campfire, camp type setting. Again, some of these don't really have anything to them other than they're just kind of cool settings to like hang out in or whatever. Never have I ever. The Uganda thing's a big meme. Just a bunch of those little Uganda guys running around, or they're not Uganda people, but that's part of the meme, I guess. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe that'll have to be it. There's another werewolf world. Another just like dancing world. I've never been to that one. Spin the bottle. I didn't even know that was still a thing that like kids these days do, but there's an entire world devoted to it, and I've seen bottles that you could click on and spin in other worlds too, like just on like desks and stuff. So I don't know. It's making a comeback or what? The Voice, I guess, is probably a singing place. Of course, this is just here's an ATV track. I'll jump in here real quick. It doesn't take too long to load. And obviously, this is just, I'm kind of running through my favorites. Like, I've barely even touched the surface of, what's available, like different worlds to go to. I'm sure there's plenty more, even like first-person shooter ones that I've not even been to. Haunted houses, like haunted rooms, haunted everything. There's all kinds of those. I'm not into the scary haunted stuff, so I'm not going to those. I'm not gonna even try to hide that, but if that's your thing, there's plenty, like all kinds. You'll see, like obviously there were different options, and I just picked one. So here, like, let's see, enter, exit, turn on. You should be able to hear it rolling. I didn't actually read the rules. I'm assuming one of these. Did I actually grab the wheel? Oh, okay. It'd be cooler if the wheel and everything turned right here. I think there's a Mario Kart world. I've seen people play it. I've just never been to it. That you actually had like racetracks and stuff. This one looks like it's a little unfinished. Oh. I think last time I was here, I jumped out accidentally, and the car was just like going bonkers on its own. Oh, since it was 4th of July, is that actually it? Yeah. So it's, well, I guess technically the 6th of July now, but since the 4th just passed, there's a firework world. So let me show that off. Apparently there's a couple firework worlds. Interesting. Alright, well, let's go. I think I've been to this one. Since I haven't been to the other one, I'm going to go to this one, so hopefully it won't take so long to load. You see, it doesn't take very long to load. It all just depends on what's in the world. how much is in. Oh, this was not the one I was at last time. Oh well, since we're here. Apparently it's gonna. Oh, you can turn off the reflection. So some worlds will have that to make it easier on like your processing. Oh, this seems slow compared to that other world. Yeah, I'll jump into that other one real quick. I might just cut this one out. I mean, I'm assuming it picks up, but I do wish I knew which one it was I was in. Maybe this one. Oh, that was quick. I bet it was this one. Oh yeah, see, look at this. It's got like fireworks going on. Of course, they don't look as real, I guess, as the other one, but there's certainly more, more of them. Of course, it spawned us on a pier, but like we can run. Like this world's actually pretty big, and it's got kind of a whole like Japanese thing over here. And freakishly tall grass. I don't know. Is that a thing? You can see there's like, of course, you can go in all that stuff too. I'm not going to, but there's all that. Okay, so I think for the most part, I've kind of shown a preview, at least the favorited worlds and stuff, and some of the stuff that I hang out. Because most of the time I just hang out in like the presentation room, the testing room, or the pug. But then, when you get a feeling to go test out other stuff, you can do that. So this is an avatar world. Mirror, again, like I said. So the reason why I came here at the end is I want to show you how crazy some of the emotes can be, some of the like animations and particles and stuff. Of course, you can see they got different ones, different characters and stuff. But I think it's this one. Okay, and I'm not 100% sure if this is a guy or a girl. I mean, you're wearing cat stockings, so I would assume female, but like, I don't know. It, it's hard to tell with anime sometimes. Um, but I guess I'm going to actually show the crazy stuff, some of the crazy stuff off. I guess let's actually go to that lag-free world. I can't remember how high the ceiling is, and yes, that is something that you need. That may not. I guess that's high enough. Because yeah, some of the stuff is pretty crazy. You can see like if you think I'm running weird, that's because if you don't have full body tracking, it kind of does this weird default run deal. It's like movement animation is default because I don't have leg trackers. Now, if you had leg trackers, like when you're moving, I think it still kind of does that, but when you're standing still, like it actually your legs actually track. It's pretty neat. So that's actually a little character from some kind of anime or something on like sitting on the head for some reason. I don't know. As you can see, and you can see like this cape thing I got. It's kind of got some physics to it as I move around. All right. So I want to run you through some of the stuff. So this one, when you do the pointer finger instead of like drawing like that other one had, you actually, and I think this is pretty cool. To do this, not necessarily this, but like this effect. So like, watch, try to reach up here, boom. It's like you take them off. See, of course you don't have to do that obviously, but I think that's kind of neat because it's more interaction. The other cool thing is they're actually playing music. And so, like, you can't really hear it holding it away, but if you actually hold it up to your ears, and I hope you could hear that when it was recording. I'm not going to do much more because again, YouTube and copyright, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. But I'm sure you could hear that. So it's kind of funny because I've run around with this character some. You can take it off and like kind of offer it to people, and of course people are like, "What the heck?" But then if you actually hold it up to their ears, like they can hear it too, which is pretty cool. Let's see. This is music, so this is probably gonna get me busting. But you can do this like little heart deal that plays music. Oh. And so again, kind of goes into the whole like role play interaction, just having fun. It's funny to like because you can reach in somebody and then like activate it and pull it out, like you pulled out their heart. And it's pretty cool. Play a little bit.
Hope you never hear this. You probably can't deal with it. Hope your family's still doing great. I miss them every Sunday. Friends probably hate me.
All right. And if you saw pictures popping up, that's actually part of the animation, like the thing. I don't know who those pictures are. If you see over my head here, it says Nico. This little picture right here. That's because this is a public avatar from that avatar world I grabbed it from, and so they've like branded it or whatever. So I guess if other people see it and they're like, "Hey, it's cool avatar," they'll see that and kind of know like they can go there and get it if they want. So let me try. There's a couple more. Oh yeah, so here we go. So some animations can like screw with other people, and like you'll see when I pull this one out. Oh, not that. Not that. Okay. Hold on a second. So did you see like the blackness that kind of expanded out around me? Oh, not that. Not that. Sometimes the controls, you activate stuff you don't really mean it to. So like that blackness will like engulf everyone around you too. So if you got a character like this, sometimes you don't make friends when you use that kind of stuff because it's loud. It kind of like blacks out their screen. Of course, you had that crazy effect going on. You can see like these little circles are popping up. I don't know where that song's from or whatever, but so there's that. Like this particular one has like you can pull out a little cell phone and like do like it doesn't actually record or take pictures, it's just for show. But like if somebody was beside you, you could like pull it out and like I guess show them their picture. I don't know, but it's just different. Just showing y'all. And then there's the finale. So let me get it set up. The sword one's the crazy one. First off, let's show you this. So obviously, so you can see the sword like on your back, right? Not the cell phone. Get off there. So like when you pull it out, obviously it disappeared off my back. So first off, that's pretty cool. I've not figured out how to do that yet. So you'll get to see everything. I'll go ahead and do the full motion. You'll notice like you get wings and like something on the ground. You got this like particle effects coming off the sword, spinning. See like thing on the ground. Takes a lot of build up. Oh, it does more. Just wait. Apparently it started over. I've never actually held it long enough to know that it started over. So that's pretty crazy. Because you can imagine if you're in a world that's not like this box that's lag free, so there's all kinds of stuff people are having to render. You've got other characters running around. Like that gets pretty hardcore on like people's processors. And like no joke, I mean you could like lag people out and crash them with that kind of thing. But like that was just to show, you know, how crazy some stuff can be. I mean, even for mine, which, yeah, I don't know. I got a pretty good setup, but that took the frames down. I guarantee it took the frames down big time. So yeah, so there you go. Let me see. I guess. All right. So I mentioned jumping into a public world. I guess let's do. I'll try this. Like I said, I was going to wait till the end because if it gets crazy, I can just cut it off. I guess let's do the testing, maybe. The testing thing, especially if I go in with this one, because see the sword thing keeps popping up because I've got it on my trigger, and that's why it keeps coming up. Again, there's no. Why do I not see the testing? Oh, there it is. You never know what you're gonna get here.
Hello.
So I'm muted. That's always a little mute symbol down here means so they can't hear me. So.
What the fuck is dead? Dead?
So there's already an F-bomb. So you've got a half-naked anime dragon girl, which is pretty common. Got a little lolly thing here. That's pretty common.
Sonic.
There's a Sonic.
Sonic.
2 of these Unity default characters. How's it going?
Hey, buddy. Oh, that's scary.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Who the fuck gives a suck?
It's a camera.
Help me, pedophile. Help me.
Pedophile? Where?
Hey, what's that? What's that? What's that right there?
The truth is, the word sardine refers to more than one kind of fish, including other small fish in the Clupinae family, like Japanese shad.
Hope you never hear this. You probably can't deal with it.
Sardines are
Happy
native
family's still doing great.
Sardinia
Missing every
in the
Sunday.
Mediterranean Sea.
Friends probably
In
hate me.
Japanese, sardine is
But you
translated
never
as
met me.
iwashi, but
Fuck a happy
iwashi and karakuchi
Y'all try 'em?
iwashi aren't even included in the same family.
Can you hear it? It's a little faint when it starts out.
Help me, sir. Help.
What's wrong? I have no idea what that song is.
What in Hades is going on here, Japanese language? Katakuchi iwashi, the anchovy, is in the Ingrality family that includes the grenadier anchovy that doesn't even look like a sardine. So why do they even call them iwashi? Sardines would cry if they knew about these vague standards. Come on!
Where's the camera?
I'm dead.
The camera. Goes to that.
Oh, to that thing. It's a good question. It's not this one, is it? No. I never figured out, is there a reset button? Sometimes people leave them up there. So I'm muted, obviously. So you see, like, I just played the heart joke and the headphone joke, and like people just eat that stuff up. Of course, that one, the one person didn't talk. That's, like I said, that's pretty normal. But you can still kind of communicate. Like, she was, saying yes and like doing the hand stuff. And of course, it's also there's a crotch shot in the background. But it's also completely normal. Like, that was obviously a dude. You heard him talk. That was in the half-naked dragon lady costume. Of course, there's little, like, short people running around. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know if I'm going to do the whole sword thing or not.
Ouais, en règle générale, il n'y a pas grand monde qui discute, mais ça m'est arrivé.
Alright, I guess I'm going to do the sword thing. It's funny, like, you can see that guy already muted me just from playing, I think just from playing that heart thing, or maybe he's got everyone muted by default. Because you can do that, you can mute and block everyone by default, and if you block people by default, they'll show up as, like, weird little robot default characters, so that you don't have to worry about seeing, like, someone's offensive avatar. Well, here, I'll do the sword thing, and I'll probably get... Oh, so here's the tutorial on how to block people.
What the fuck? Harry Potter.
Or at least to mute them. It's like now I won't see him.
What is going on?
Which might be ironic, because I'm about to do this here. But yeah, what I was getting at was... someone will probably mute or block me while I'm here, and if they'll block, they'll just disappear. Alright, I'm about to test this sword, guys. It's loud, I'm sorry, but I'm going to test it.
Ah! What the fuck? Ah! C'est qui parle français là que je vais le démonter?
Takes a while to get going.
When did you get that avatar?
If you search Nico, however you say it, Neko, and let me see. Oh, here it is. I'll try to drop a portal if no one's in front of me. It's in there.
Oh, no. Where did you send them, dude? That's not there.
Pretty sure, yeah. I'm positive.
I think this was. I'm positive as well. You also have
If you want to go, I'll go right behind you and we'll see. But I'm positive that's where I just came from there.
That's it. Okay, let's go.
I didn't join yesterday. But yeah, I literally just came from there though, so I know that's it. All right, well, y'all take it easy.
How about this one? Where's this one from?
Ouais.
Bon, il y a un Harry Potter et il y a une petite crotte rouge ici. C'est pas normal tout ça. Parlez.
All right. So, little taste of public, not too bad. I mean, there was half naked avatar, and then a couple of probably little kids messing around with the Harry Potter theme, spamming people. Of course, then I guess you could say I was spamming people with that sword emote, but again, that's what the thing's for. They were just being obnoxious. So let me just change back. So there you go. So there's kind of not really a quick. Geez, that was probably like an hour or so. I'll edit that down, hopefully a little bit. These things, in case you're wondering, like what that and that. So like you can vote to like kick people. So like somebody voted to kick that guy. That was the guy that was like spamming that Harry Potter stuff really loud, which again, YouTube will probably bust me on for like some kind of copyright thing. But anyway, get those off there. So there you go. So just kind of a quick rundown. Yeah, like I really wish. Oh, my mouth's not moving because I'm muted. I mean, you all guys should be able to hear me, but no one else would. Anyway, so yeah, so really wish some other people, you guys would get VR, because that'd be cool. Should get on here and hang out and do whatever we want. Which we can do that anyway, I guess, but whatever. But anyway, this was kind of a quick look at it, to give people see what it's all about. It's like I said, mainly just because I've talked to people about it and it's just hard to explain. So hopefully now you can see how like it's not really accurate to call it, I don't know, a game, because like on the base level it's not really a game, but there's games in it. Like there's game worlds in it you can go to do other stuff. So it is what it is. It's I find it fun. I mean, you run into some interesting people. I mean, a lot of those people like that you talk to, like I'll never talk to them again. But there's been a couple that I'll hit up or we talk on like Discord or something now. So you never know. You can always find some cool people out there. You just got to wade through all the less desirable ones that are obnoxious or kids or trolling or just trying to be stupid. But there you go. So I guess I'm going to end it here. Hello, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you do, please be sure to give it a like. Also, if you would do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button, which should be down here in the corner to your lower right. Big red subscribe button, can't miss it. Also, here momentarily, there should be a subscribe button that'll also pop up right about here. Also, there will be a couple of videos that'll pop up on this side. Feel free to check those out. If you liked what you saw here, I assume you will like what you see there. All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot for checking it out, and I will catch you all later.